Alright guys, we're a couple steps closer to having the engine in the car. So we went ahead and put the front cover on and torqued up all the bolts on the edges. We've got our two idler pulleys here that'll allow us to run the power steering. This is the AC delete pulley. So essentially some cars have your air conditioning right here. We don't want that, it's extra weight. So the cars that don't have AC, you can buy this pulley and it just bolts right in. Power steering obviously will be right here. We'll run the pulleys as normal. So we've got the front cover on. Then we went ahead and set the timing for the intake camshaft. There's this little tool here that slides in these notches when they're parallel, and that makes sure your camshafts are in time. We went ahead and torqued this bolt up. We added a friction washer that Mazda uses on the back side. Ford, for some reason, thought it wasn't necessary. Mazda still uses them, so I went ahead and added one. What it does is keep the camshaft gear from slipping. This is an interference engine, so if it comes out of time, the pistons will run into your valves and destroy the entire engine. So it's very important that this gear does not slip on the camshaft. So we went ahead and torqued that up, made sure time was good. Then again, you have to rotate it around, make sure time's good. And then there's another tool to make sure the crankshaft is in time. And then there's a hole in the actual pulley to make sure the pulley is in time with the rest of the engine. There are two friction washers on the crankshaft pulley. This engine does not use keyways to make sure everything's in time and the pulley doesn't slip. It uses these diamond coated friction washers that go in between. So you have your crankshaft all the way inside the engine, then you have a diamond washer, then you have a timing gear that runs these guys on. It actually has two gear sections, one that runs the camshafts, one that runs the oil pump right in here. So you have that gear, then you have another friction washer, then you have this pulley here. So you got to make sure everything's in time before you assemble it. This was 54 foot-pounds. This one, the main crankshaft bolt, is a stretch bolt or torque to yield bolt. So essentially you torque it to 74 foot-pounds and then you do it another 90 degrees. Torque to yield means it actually stretches a little bit. It's a one-time use bolt. You're not supposed to use them again because it'll probably just crack off and end up with a massive headache if you try to torque it down again. So the way I did that, essentially went up to about 230 something foot-pounds on the meter here. The way I got to that was there's a special crank pulley holding tool. It hooks in to the actual pulley and then you hook a wrench on the end. I was able to get this massive pipe. It's actually a pipe bender for conduit. Just hook that in there, brace it on the floor, and then I use my jack handle to actually run the bolt in, and we're able to get it in there pretty easily. There are special torque wrenches you can buy to do angle, but the old-fashioned method of just marking and rotating works pretty well, honestly, and it's way cheaper. So there you have it. The engine is a few more steps closer to being done. What's left is put the cover on camshafts, put the alternator on, run the belt, and then put the clutch and the transmission on the back, and then it can go back in the car.